Welcome back. We are now going to take a look at a ClassFlow lesson example. Now, this video is not going to teach you how to create the lesson, but instead, we're about in the middle of our Get Rolling with ClassFlow. It's going to show you a vision of what you are working towards. So, to get started, what in the world can you do with a ClassFlow lesson? There are both teacher and student slides. The different things that we've been talking about and some future ones that we'll be talking about in some of the next videos can be built into the lesson. I know everyone has some favorite Web 2.0 websites, so whether it's Glogster or one of those types of sites, if it has an embed code, you can embed it directly in your lesson. You can have assessments. You can send things out as teams or individual. You can differentiate who gets what. There is polling, such as multiple choice, fill in the blank. There's several options, and we'll be looking at polling in more depth here soon. You can share the student work, and there is a whiteboard. So this is just to give you an idea of the types of things that can be embedded. So we're going to hop on over to ClassFlow and open up a lesson. So I'm heading to my resources. I have a fabulous one that my friend Amy Little made, so we are going to actually use it. It is on the Declaration of Independence. We'll let my computer get caught up with me. And I'm selecting Deliver. So when you deliver, you can just be delivering from the front of the classroom, or your students can actually log in. So I'm selecting Deliver. And you'll notice that I have a code that my students can type in. So what does a student do in order to connect to your class? I'm so glad you asked. I'm using my phone right now as if I'm a student, and I simply went to classflow.com/student, and I am typing in the code. It automatically capitalizes everything for you, so you don't have to worry about all of that. When you hit join, you're going to notice that I have a student joining. You do have to type in your name, so I forgot about that. So it hasn't popped up yet, so I just put in my name. And on my particular device, my phone, I have some screensavers now, just some real pretty backgrounds, and you'll notice that I have someone connected to my class. Something else I'd like for you to notice is along the bottom. So if I hit the carousel, you're actually going to be able to see the slides. But hold on, because that's not all of them. I can also toggle between the teacher and the student slides. So when this was created, you'll notice that because I'm on the title, there's nothing going on my phone. I just have these real pretty beaches and some fall scenes and things like that. As soon as I forward to the next card, my phone is showing me whatever was set up to be displayed on the phone. So for this case, it is a picture of the title or the topic of what we're covering for the day. Now they don't have to match. As you see on the next slide, there's questions at the board, but my phone has a KWL chart. Now I can't do anything with this KWL chart yet, but I'm about to show you how you can. Now remember, if I was actually presenting to a class, everything would look like this and things are hidden behind the scenes. I just want you to be able to see what is going on. So if I select this KWL chart and then select the 3 lines, which is a poll, We will go in detail about polling later because you can do that outside of a lesson. I'm selecting creative. So it now has given me a pen, an eraser, some shapes. I can text, I can highlight. And I'm just going to write some things on here and submit. Voila! There, that is what I just wrote on the KWL chart. So you can imagine if all of your students are sending their work up here, you will be able to not only see it, but use it as examples. So whether it's a KWL chart or whether it is maybe a short paragraph that they've written, and then you have them grade each other's work. There's no name attached. So maybe you rank it a 1, 2, or 3, and then decide what would make it a 4. Or maybe it's already a 4. And well, what would I take away if this was going to turn into a 3? To just get them to really understand the whole structure. You have the option to add it to the add this particular piece to the lesson. I'm going to stop the poll. And you'll notice that I now have a little graph that's in here. So I'm going to pop back to where we were. But if I pop to the poll, it comes right back. So if you ever need to return back, even after you've traveled many cards down, then you are good to go. Now, the next one is, what are some of your favorite things to complain about? So I do have that showing up right now just so that my students can see it on my phone. And this time I'm going to send, let's do a text. So you see that I could do word seed, number, scale, true, false, multiple choice. I'm just going to do a text. So I still have the picture on the top, but at the bottom, I can actually send an answer. So my favorite thing to complain about, I really have no idea. So I guess maybe money, because we can never have enough, right? But wait a minute, I guess there are people that do. I should have put bills. So you'll see that I instantly was able to submit. And because of how this one is set up, I can actually resubmit and it will change my answer. You'll notice that I don't have any names showing. I can click and actually show who answered what. So again, I'm going to end this poll. My phone has gone back to the nice little screensavers. And this time we're going to take a look at embedding. So some of you might use ThingLink, and that is all that this image is. It is strictly a ThingLink embedded into the slide. Various things have been added to it, such as pictures, maps, information. There's videos, just a lot of different things. The cool thing is, though, on my phone, I have the exact same thing. So if I touch any of these bubbles, it's just like I'm at ThingLink. So everything is right here in this handy area. So I'm going to pop the carousel up again. You can make interactive components. These are set up where the students can click and drag where they belong. They can come up to the board. But on their device, they actually are reading the Declaration of Independence by following this link so that they know what to fill in. If you didn't want to make it in this type of format, you actually could embed one of the activities. Remember those ClassFlow activities that were so fast to create? You can embed those in here also. Anything you can think of. Here's another one, but on my particular device, I have a PDF. You can have videos showing in the front of the classroom while your students are filling out a Venn diagram through a creative poll. And you can even set up various things that would require, like maybe a picture, and they can send the picture back to you. These three are just examples of how I could send this card to individual students or to all students. And if I was actually logged into a full class instead of an ad hoc, my student names could all be there and I can set up groups. Yes, already pre-made up groups so that different students receive different bits of information, all related to the key topic, but some of them are a little bit harder than others. Okay, we know that everyone has favorite videos. And sometimes the students aren't as thrilled about these awesome videos as we are. Let me get this part out. There we go. So one of the cool things about this is that there's actually an assessment going on with this video. So as the video plays, I actually, when I push start question set, have different questions coming up at different periods of time. So they're answering questions. It's attached to their name about the video. It's really amazing. Also, you have your entry tickets. Well, you could even do your exit tickets, and they can turn them in that way. So this is just a couple of examples of how a ClassFlow lesson could look. There's always tons more that we could add in here. You notice that I even have like tools to use, erasers, pens. You can undo things and redo things. So I am going to exit out of the lesson. This was just to give you a glimpse into what a ClassFlow lesson could look like. It's all about engagement. I hope you've enjoyed this section of More ClassFlow. We have just completed the ClassFlow lesson example, and now we're going to finish up Module 2 with places that you can find help. So I hope that you'll join us.